Okay, so cool. Here we are. We got two phones live. I'm back here in our studio, 3 Cube Studios, and my lovely, beautiful, talented wife, Mary Lou, is right here on the other side of the camera. Of course, we don't just do things like amateur style. We actually set up, there she is. We set up lights and backdrops because, well, you know, we're professionals and that's how we do everything. So we're going to just get right into it, and I'm going to share some news with you and a little bit of what's going on. Now, again, reminder, I cannot see if you are commenting or posting or whatever. The cameras are flipped the other way. So Mary can see, but we're not going to interact during this video just because it'll be too much distraction. You're welcome to leave your comments, leave your messages, and later on we'll go through them and we'll, you know, try to address everybody, but there's probably going to be more than a few to go through. So I'm going to give you a little story. I'm going to start a couple of years ago, and I'm going to get you up to current day, because suddenly, as of last, well, technically Thursday evening, there has been a very large change in my life, not just my life, my family's life, my wife's life, all of our lives collectively. And Mary Lou has been really amazing in trying to reach out to people that we know well, our family, our friends, to inform them of what's going on. But I find that I'm very blessed with having so many amazing people in my life that it's nearly impossible to let everybody know all at once. And this Facebook Live video is one way that I can speak directly to you all face to face. You can see me, hear me, and hear what's going on. And at the same time, I'm going to be using this video and the following videos not just for myself to update you, but in hopes that anyone out there who may be going through something similar, knows someone that may be going through something similar or whatnot, that this can be an inspiration, an aid, a help, any way in shape or form that I can assist your life. That's the story. So let me just kick it back. I'll give you the quick, little more than a Twitter version, but I'll give you the quick story. 2012, and this may or may not be connected to what's going on now, but 2012, I'm at home doing a workout using those exercise stretchy bands with the handles. And at this particular one we had this little rubber ball that you can throw over the top of a door, and it locks it in. Then you can lean back and do, you know, pulls and things like that. So I had mine up over the door. I was on the floor pretty far from up there, and I was doing some pretty heavy back pulls, doing the lats, you know, and I'm kind of crazy when it comes to working out. So I was going pretty heavy. I don't know how or why this malfunction happened, but that ball somehow pulled the door, it popped over the top, and it came at me like a friggin' slingshot. And it nailed me right here in the chest, and it knocked me on my ass. It knocked the wind completely out of me, and I got up, and I was really kind of shaken up by that, but didn't really hurt too much after that. It was just more shocking. And I kind of finished my workout and went on with my day, and that was it. I kind of forgot about it a few days later. Didn't really have any residual effects from it. A couple years later, not even remembering that incident had happened, I started developing, I don't know if you can see, but right here below my right pectoral, about right here, I can stand up a little more so you can see about right here, started getting these weird Charlie horses, like little knots, muscle spasms, if you will. Mostly would happen if I bent over to like tie my shoe in a certain way, or if I was like leaning over and cleaning the litter box or whatever. It would knot up, it would hurt like kind of bad for about 30 seconds. I'd stretch and breathe and it would go away. At first I didn't think much of it, weird things, my body, you know, I work out a lot. It's been a lot of years of beating myself up, so who knows. But finally I did see a doctor. I had a physical, and I asked this doctor, you know, about what he thought this might have been, and his thought was that it was some tightness in my pectoral muscle, and he gave me a few stretches to do to open things up. That didn't really help. The following year, I just kind of dealt with it. I thought, well, he didn't think he was worried about it. I didn't worry about it. The next year, another doctor, I saw a different doctor for a physical, going through the SAG Insurance UCLA Center, and I mentioned it to this doctor as well, and he just kind of like, that's kind of strange. He didn't really give me anything. He just was like, all right, whatever. And then I even spoke to our chiropractor, and he thought maybe it was a rib out of place and stuff. And no fault to any of these people, but that was their kind of thought. It didn't seem like much of anything. A few months ago, I started developing more of a pain, something kind of in this area that was more of a constant pain, especially when I took a breath. So I finally was like, okay, this is hurting now more than usual. Let me actually go to another doctor and see what's up. So I went back to the UCLA Toluca Lake Health Center, saw a really amazing doctor named Dr. Janice Ribato, and she was very thorough in her examination of me. Felt all around the breast tissue and everything. Didn't really find anything to be concerned about, but hey, you know what? There could be some issues with the myofascial muscle. Let's order you up some physical therapy. And then, you know what? Let me go ahead and throw in a CT scan and see if insurance covers it and approves it. And maybe we can just do a CT scan just to make sure. So I'm like, all right, I left with that. She gave me some anti-inflammatories. I left with that. Within 2 days, actually, the pain went away. I'm like, all right, I'm fine probably. Let me just start the physical therapy though, because that could probably help me. So I finally started the physical therapy. I started doing that for about 4 weeks. Last weekend, I developed some sort of what at the time we thought was a virus. I was really sick. I had, it was a Saturday about a week ago. I had a fever of nearly 102, shakes, chills, headaches, body pain, and my chest was hurting, especially when I breathed. Any kind of more than a half of a deep breath, and it felt like someone was kneeling on my chest and literally like putting that kind of a weight. That's kind of how heavy it was to breathe. So after spending 3 days in bed, it was during that time when I suddenly, in this delirium state, had this sort of flashback memory to 2012 of that incident of the ball hitting my chest from the stretch band. I had totally forgotten about it. And so I thought, oh, that's interesting. Again, this may be completely coincidental to what's going on, but it is still a fact of something that happened. Mary Lou and my mother both yelled at me in a loving way and said, go get your goddamn CT scan. So I said, okay, guys. I felt a little better from whatever I was going through by that Monday, Tuesday. I made the CT scan appointment for Wednesday. Had the CT scan. My chest actually was feeling better by then too. So I'm like, I'm sure it's fine, but I'll get the scan anyway. You know, it's covered by insurance. Thursday, I get a call. We're on our way to shoot a really big event that we were doing, an annual gala that we were shooting. And I get a message from the doctor. And it said, we got the results from your CT scan. We're going to go ahead and need you to make an appointment to see me ASAP. And I've already sent you out a referral. Call me back. Well, I didn't know what that meant. So I called back, couldn't get hold of anybody. They said, okay, we'll have the nurse call you in a few. Mary Lou and I head to the shoot. And while we were getting our gear and ready to walk inside, she says to me, well, I can't tell you exactly what we found, of course. And then she says, however, let's make an appointment for tomorrow afternoon at 4:45. Also, we've referred you to a cardiothoracic surgeon. And I said, what the hell is a cardiothoracic surgeon? This was complete news to me. And she's like, well, this is a doctor that specializes in illnesses and whatnot of the chest. And so I'm like, oh, okay, can you tell me more, please? And she's like, I'm sorry, I can't tell you anything. So I had to hang up with her, put on a smile, and walk into a 4-hour shoot with about 400 people in a room and just try to get through it without having my mind spiral, which it was doing. For the next 24 hours, I was spiraling because I hate being in the unknown. Finally, we get to 4:45. I go see the doctor. This is when she informs me that the CT scan has found a large mass inside of my chest. It's measuring somewhere between 12 and 13 centimeters long. It is somewhere around here. And from what they could tell in the CT scan, it actually was pushing it up against part of my heart and some other organs. They think it also may possibly be pushing into my rib because I found out that I have a broken rib as well, which has been quite painful. Now, I don't know if that... Pushing on my main artery, thank you. Whatever that main artery is. It's about the size of my heart, this mass. So this little rib thing could be related to that previous injury, or this thing could be related to this mass pushing into my rib and cracking it, or this thing could be completely unrelated, and these are two completely coincidental different things. I'm a little long-winded here, so let me fast forward. We were able to get an appointment with the cardiothoracic for the following Monday. So I had to wait an entire weekend, all the way till Monday morning, to go down to UCLA Medical in Westwood and meet with the cardiothoracic surgeon. Now, this doctor was amazing. She was able to go to her boss and get me approved for the best of the best, because they otherwise would have given me some local guy, and she really wanted to take care of me. So they got me in with a guy named Dr. Jay Lee, head of cardiothoracic surgery at UCLA Medical. And if you could look this guy up, you'll see that Dr. Lee has quite the list of credentials and awards to his name. So I felt like I was going to see the right guy. We went in Monday morning, first thing, after spending a weekend of being in the unknown again, and then met with him. We brought the scan with so he could look at it. He and his resident then came in to talk to me, or talk to us. Mary Lou was there as well. And they explained what they saw. They said that it's pretty much unknown as to what it is. It's really without more testing. All they can tell that it is a large mass and that it is pushing up against organs, including my heart and artery. But we don't know what it's made out of, what it's caused by, what it's from, or what the next step is going to be. Now, I got to say the C word. He is suspecting that it could be cancer. He doesn't know for sure, but he is concerned that it may be. Therefore, he has ordered up a shitload of tests for me, which I started doing immediately, especially thanks to Mary Lou speaking up and not taking no for an answer and saying, we must start these tests today. So we did. We jumped right in, and first thing on Monday, we did blood work. I gave right here about 6 big things of blood. We also did an EKG, and I also did an chest x-ray, which also showed where the mass is and where my heart is, and you kind of can't tell in the x-ray where my heart ends and where the mass begins. So you don't really know if it's how it's touching or how it's layered, but it's all somewhere going on in here.
Or if it's attached.
Oh yeah, or if it's even attached. You know, we don't know anything at this point. So that was Monday. Today is what? Today's Thursday now?
No, today's Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday? I don't even know what day. Today's Wednesday. This is how this week has been, right? So after that, my parents, Helen and Harvey from Chicago, who are amazing and supportive and wanted to be there for us throughout the entire thing, jumped straight away on a plane and were here Monday night by 9 o'clock, which is absolutely amazing that they were able to drop everything in their lives and come straight out here to support us and be here with us. And that really helps to have the family close by. So we got through Tuesday, and then this morning we got in for some more tests. We were really very adamant about getting on. We had a wonderful woman named Bethany who works in the office who was very helpful in getting more appointments scheduled for us. Today we went down to UCLA again. Today the tests that I had were, I had a PET scan with CT scan where they actually had to inject me. They had to use some sodium combination. They had to use radioactive sugars. They had to use iodine for the contrast. So I'm technically radioactive at this moment. They said I will be radioactive for about 18 hours from this test so that this PET scan could see everything on my body and where the sugars are being absorbed, and how my body is reacting to the iodine and everything else. I don't know the technical stuff about it. I'm just giving you what I can in layman's terms. But they did this scan. The whole thing took a couple hours. I had to fast the whole deal. The CAT scan, the PET scan, we did that whole thing. Rock and roll. We finished that. Headed straight to the building next door, and then I had to do an ultrasound. And this might be TMI, but I'm going to say it anyway. They had to do ultrasound of my nethers, and that took about a half hour of full ultrasound examination of the boys downstairs, just to double check because, testicular.
Could be a germ cell.
Yeah, germ cell, testicular doesn't have to necessarily start in that area. It can start here. So they're covering all bases. They are really covering all bases. So that was that. The last major test that has to be done, which once again, we had to really fight hard to get in faster. By getting that PET scan today and calling over and having them help us get it read right away, we were able to get approved to go in tomorrow to get the needle biopsy, which is a big procedure in itself, but they were originally saying I wouldn't get it done until next week, and then I wouldn't be seeing my doctor again until May 8th, which is a little bit of time to wait, and I don't want to do that. So we are in for tomorrow at noon. I got to fast again, so I'm not going to be eating all day tomorrow. I'm going to be going in at noon for this procedure where I'm going to be in what's called kind of a twilight sedation. It's not a full twilight. They're going to go in with some weapons and tools of sorts, get somewhere under the muscle, and I don't know, whatever they're going to do, they're going to punch out a piece of this mass so that they can check it out. And then that is going to take about 5 days for them to review and get the full lab work back. And then I go back now. I have an appointment to see Dr. J. Lee again on Thursday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. I think that's the perfect day to go back and see him. We should have all the results back by then. And on that final day, the first test I have before I see him is a pulmonary something or another, where I got to breathe and stuff. And that, I believe, is the gamut of all the tests that I'm going to be doing for us to get together with the doctor and at least get to the, diagnosis and plan of action for what's going to be next. So that's pretty much all we know at this point. I will wait till Thursday to find out more. I'm going to use Facebook videos and things like this to update you guys, because it will be way too hard to reach out to everybody individually. I want to say to people who have already been sending letters and messages and calls and things like that, I love you, and I'm so appreciative of everyone and all the amazing energy you're sending our way. I want to thank Mary Lou. I love you so much for being here for me and all the work you're doing. She's been so helpful, because it's very hard for me to reach out to everybody individually and to try to feel all these calls. And so she's been handling the brunt of it and trying to stay strong. And baby, you don't have to stay strong. You can be vulnerable. I need to stay strong. You can be you, and just we're here together. We're in this together. Okay. So we're all in this together. We're a family, we're a team. I'm surrounded by so many amazing people. I knew this already, but I didn't even realize how many amazing people, from our Buddhist SGI organization to all the people that the HMIs, the Transformers, all my entertainment friends and family. There's too many people. All my friends from back in the old school and the Chicago folks and everybody.
Jen at HMI set up a meal train.
Oh wow! And Jen, who was the kind of the head of our group for the honeymoon Israel trip that we did, set up a meal train, which is an amazing thing. I guess people can help out with stuff. I don't know how that's going to work just yet, but I don't know. Maybe Mary could explain.
Hi.
Hi.
So meal train is, and it's so beautiful that Jen did this for us, but meal train is where you set up a calendar where your friends and family can come over and bring you meals, because we don't know. We know that he's going to have surgery. We just don't know when, and we just don't know what it is yet, if it's cancer or not cancer, but for sure he will have to have surgery very, very soon. So so anybody that wants to come by and bring meals, give rides, if I have to work, because I have to actually shoot an event tomorrow during his biopsy, and I won't be there, but his parents will be with him. And one of our cars is not working, so if anybody wants to give rides or, I don't know, bring a vegan meal, then stop by, say hi.
Yeah. I would say, and I'm going to say this to both you guys here, the person who really needs the most support right now is her, because
You need more love than I do. I got a lot.
I'm good, for real. Please support her with whatever you can, because she's trying to bear the weight of all this, and I know she's tough, but she does need you guys for sure. So stay in touch with her and help her any way you can, because that would be the great help for me, is that she is looked after, to make sure that we're good to go. So I know a lot of you who love us are going to be sending all kinds of good wishes. It's going to be really hard to try to respond to texts and personal emails. So blowing up on my inbox might not be the best idea, because I'm not going to be able to get through everything. But if you leave comments on these videos, I will do my best when I'm laying and relaxing to go through and respond to as many as I can. I promise to read everything. I know a lot of people have said that they are praying for us, and I really appreciate that. Whatever spiritual path, energetic path, universal path, whatever God or your route is, I respect your belief and your spirituality as equal to everyone around the world, and however it is that you choose to pray and do your thing is much appreciated. I'm only going to ask one thing. A lot of people pray for hope, and they pray, I hope you get better, and I pray to make him better. But if you really study the real laws of attraction and the real way the universe works, if you pray to hope for something, then all you're going to get more of is hope for that thing. So I want any prayer or any chant or anything to be just seeing me healthy and healed, visualizing the result of me just being whole and healthy and healed, because that's going to be way more powerful than living in a state of hope. We want to get out of the state of hope and into the state of whole. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up, because I know this has been already pretty long, longer than I thought I was going to go. I'll be doing more videos that will be shorter, but they'll be more updated throughout. I really hope that people out there who may need to hear this message for themselves or their own family or friends, I am here just as much for you guys as you are all for me, because together as a tribe, we are very powerful. And you know what? We're going to make this through this, no doubt in my mind. This is a bump a challenge, an obstacle. I am grateful for this experience that I'm going through. I am thankful for what I have going on with me because it is already teaching me an amazing lesson of life. And the important thing to understand about life is that you can't wish for less obstacles. You need to wish for more solutions. You need to wish for more power to get through them. We become bigger, better, and stronger as we overcome our obstacles. And this is another obstacle for me to launch myself to the next level so that we can make this world a better place and do great things. And I'm going to look at this as just another amazing step on my journey. And not every step is supposed to be easy. Most steps and most lessons are supposed to be hard. The biggest ones are the hardest. So I am welcoming this challenge. I'm going to overcome this challenge. And together, we're going to kick some ass. Mark my word, baby. I love you all so much. I love you in that camera so much. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you again soon. I will have lots more updates. In the meantime, I just need to chill a little bit because we've been talking this thing to the ground and I just want to relax, man. I just want to relax and just go somewhere peaceful now. So thank you again. Have a beautiful night or day, wherever you're watching this. I will talk to you again soon. I love you and I'll see you later.